And I'm here. Okay. So, yeah, sorry, I just had to take a few minutes to... Because, I can't help it. I'm just constantly watching videos about the fallout of, Aiden Ross and the Doechii situation. It's too funny. Just watching everybody's commentary about the whole thing. I was watching I'm Still Corin on YouTube. He was talking about it, and I was surprised that he made a video about it, because I primarily watch I'm Still Corin and his various channels. I'm not sure which channel it was that it was his I'm Still Corin channel, but I know he's got a couple of channels, but he is primarily like a YouTuber who talks about cartoons, and I was like, oh, he's made a video about this? Interesting. Yeah, so very, very, yeah, it's just, I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's happening, the whole situation. It it needs to, because for a while, it's just like, it needs to be pointed out that it's not cool to be friends with this person under any circumstances. So just don't be friends with him. And unfortunately, because he has too many friends that shouldn't be friends with him. Yeah, that's the way I would put that. So it needs to be, it needs to be pointed out that this person's not cool, and if you hang out with them, you're not cool. And people do care about being perceived as cool. And yeah, so that's so I'm glad there's a momentum happening, don't be like this. Don't be like this. There's got to be social consequences for being into certain people like that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my harshest opinions to myself, just because, I don't want any trouble. But yeah, I do have some pretty harsh opinions that, yeah. It doesn't matter what it is, though. So, it doesn't matter. Let's see. I read the third tablet of the Epic of Gilgamesh last night. Some of it's a little bit jank, because my understanding is that the poem is not entirely, it's obviously it's incomplete, but there's also certain things that just weren't preserved. It's such a shame that we don't have the complete story of the Epic of Gilgamesh. And I kind of had this realization that the reason I started to read the Epic of Gilgamesh is because I'm excited about the Odyssey coming out this year. The Odyssey being directed by Christopher Nolan. Not my favorite director, but I am excited that he specifically is making a movie adapting the Odyssey, because I have a feeling it might be the definitive adaptation of the Odyssey. For a long time, his Batman movies were kind of considered the definitive version, in a way. Not for a long time necessarily. I feel like his adaptations of Batman became the definitive adaptation of Batman. It's well, I don't know. I think the Batman the Animated Series might be a better. I prefer the Batman the Animated Series over Christopher Nolan's films. I guess maybe it's more accurate to say that, what's his name? Heath Ledger's Joker was the definitive adaptation, the definitive portrayal of the Joker. But, I suppose it's all a matter. But yeah, in terms of anyways, there's heaps of Batman adaptations. There's not I don't know how many adaptations of the Odyssey there are, but I'm trying to think. Is Jason and the Argonauts a type of Odyssey thing? Let me look this up. Okay. Jason and the Argonauts. That's okay. Jason and the Argonauts tells Jason's quest for the Golden Fleece. Okay, it's distinct. It's distinct from Homer's The Odyssey. Okay, so it's like a separate thing. Okay, so how many adaptations of the Odyssey are there? Because that's the thing. Like, I can't think of many adaptations of the Odyssey. I can't. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm familiar with the story of the Odyssey. Somehow, I don't. Even though I haven't read it, I own it. But like, I do know the story more or less because people have been talking about the Odyssey. It's referenced all the time, but like in terms of adaptations, like a modern not a modern adaptation. Though there are modern adaptations, there's a what was it? I think it's there's a movie called what's it called? Oh Art Thou or something. Oh That Owl. It's by the Coen brothers, and it's got, what's his name? George Clooney is the main character, and it is meant to be like it was supposed to be a modern retelling of the Odyssey. So that's an example. But like in terms of like a straight-faced, like a straightforward adaptation, there isn't really. You could say that Christopher Nolan's adaptation will be the definitive adaptation of the Odyssey, possibly. Now, I looked up, that got me thinking about, I think subconsciously all of that got me thinking about the Epic of Gilgamesh. And so I started reading it, and it sort of occurred to me that I've never seen an adaptation of the Epic of Gilgamesh. And yeah, there's no film adaptation of the Epic of Gilgamesh that I could find. The closest to an adaptation, the most well-known portrayal of Gilgamesh is Gilgamesh from the Fate franchise. So, that's Fate Stay Night, that's Fate Zero. If you want to get into the Fate franchise, just watch Fate Zero. And I haven't seen the final Heaven's Feel movie, but just watch the Heaven's Feel movies. As somebody who has watched Fate Stay Night from 2006 and the Unlimited Blade Works series by Ufotable, those series I feel are not worth watching. I know there's like 2 interesting twists in Unlimited Blade Works that are interesting to know, like, oh, that character is actually that character. That's, interesting. It's interesting lore, and it's not revealed in Heaven's Feel, as far as I know. But, I don't know, to me it's too little. It's too little for how fucking long and boring Unlimited Blade Works is, so just don't watch it. It sucks, in my opinion. Just watch Fate Zero and then watch the Heaven's Feel movies. There are some problems with the movies, unfortunately. They are being made with this assumption that you have watched Unlimited Blade Works, which I think is a shame. But otherwise, it's probably better to just watch Heaven's Feel. Also, the Garden of Sinners movies are fantastic, which has nothing to do with Fate Zero. Whatever. They're still worth watching. They're by the same creator, so they're sort of related. It's hard to explain how that is. Now, yeah, so there's a character called Gilgamesh in Fate Zero, and that's always kept my sort of interest in the Epic of Gilgamesh, and now I'm reading it, and it's great. It's really great. Now let me just check the chat real quick. Sorry, I just realized I didn't have the chat up. Why is this frozen? God damn it. Let's see. Hi, Jasmine. You've had the Iliad and the Odyssey sitting on your shelf for years. I am the bone of my sword. Yes, I am the bone of my sword. I won't get into the spoilers of Fate, because some people haven't watched it, which is the correct thing to do. Don't watch Fate Zero. Don't watch the Fate franchise. But if you do watch it, just watch Fate Zero. That's all you need to do. In fact, it's probably best to just stop at Fate Zero. Like, I know that it's technically a prequel to everything, but it feels like a standalone story to me. That's how I watched Fate Zero first, and that's how that was. But yeah, I just really like how Gilgamesh. Oh, that's right. I was reading something last night because I wanted to know. That's right. So in terms of, I was talking about adaptations of Gilgamesh. So I was researching, and I found out that this makes a lot of sense in retrospect. The Princess Mononoke is heavily inspired from the Epic of Gilgamesh. Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because Princess Mononoke is about an indigenous prince who goes into exile, and he also gets this. He gets cursed with like ungodly strength and other supernatural abilities from a god that died, that he killed, and he falls in love with a beastly woman, which is kind of what happens in the Epic of Gilgamesh, where there's a king who is 2/3 god, 1/3 human, and he gets this. He has an intense, almost erotic bond with a beast man, and that's what happens in the Epic of Gilgamesh. However, I was looking up. Okay, what is the Epic of Gilgamesh thematically about, especially like back in its time period, and apparently. The character Enkidu, the Beast Man, he is apparently he might have been a metaphor for nomadic people. So there were people that were building civilizations, where you just stay put and you build your own culture. But then there were other groups of people who were nomadic, and so these people who were building civilizations, they were looking at nomadic people like, oh, they need to be civilized. So you could say, and so apparently Enkidu represents nomadic people, and so him being civilized was supposed to be like representative. That's being framed as a good thing, like. So I can kind of see how the Epic of Gilgamesh is problematic, and it is interesting how Hayao Miyazaki went in a very different direction with the inspirations by having it so that the main character is actually indigenous and is from a place that's kind of being oppressed by the Jomons, but also, in the end, spoilers for Princess Mononoke, Mononoke doesn't become civilized. She doesn't leave the forest. She stays where she is. And I think that, and so I do like how, it's kind of like there is this, I guess like it's like not being pro-colonization, whereas the Epic of Gilgamesh is kind of doing that. And I do think it's I understand why people would be suspicious of other cultures that are wandering around, because it's like, well, how do we know that's not just another culture, that's a civilization from far away that's going to invade us and is being suspicious. But at the same time, I think it's such a shame that the world developed in such a way where we just sort of shut ourselves off into our own little islands. And maybe that's how people developed their own cultures, by staying where they were. But at the same time, it's such a shame that we didn't develop in a way where we could just go wherever we wanted. I don't know, I wish there was like a little bit more flexibility there. So, but yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Anyways, I'm done talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's time to get back into the big dumb epic internet story, the Epic of Gilgamesh of the internet. Oh shit, it's on Sucker. Let me just read the chat real quick. Literally the tiny bit I know is because of Fate's collab with Honkai Star Rail. That's right, you're into the whole what's it called? What? There's Honkai Star Rail, because I was wanting to get into Honkai Star Rail when it first came out, but then I didn't have the money for the subscription, so I couldn't do it. But there's another game that you mentioned, and it came out before Honkai Star Rail, right? So all you know is Saber, Windsword, Excalibur, and the bone of my sword, and I can't remember the rest of that. Yeah, there's actually a really awesome, somebody got, what's his name, Ian McKellen, who is Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, to do the whole monologue, and it was like, why did this happen? It's so awesome. But I love how Ian McKellen, I guess he just read it thinking, not knowing what it was, but he probably thought, yeah, this is pretty cool. Of course I'll read this out. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't watch the Fate franchise. It'll take up too much of your time. Just watch Fate Zero, and then stop. Just stop there. Okay. Just what. That's all you need to do is watch Fate Zero, and then stop. And yeah, that's the best advice I can give you. Oh, they're free games? Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll have to research more of that, because they look great. Actually, now I just got to look something up for a second, because this is one of my favorite things. There's like a whole thing. How does it go? Oratrice Mécanique Cardinal. Hang on, the Bard. Let me look up the Bard thing. Here it is. So this is from the whole. This is from the whole game franchise that I can't remember the whole name of. There's Gacha, there's Honkai Rail, Genshin Impact. That's right. This is like a Genshin Impact meme, and somebody mixed it with D&D. Oh damn it! I muted it. Where's the? Okay. So this is when the D&D party needs a distraction.
According to the judge.
Wait, where's the volume? I can't hear anything. Where's the?
According to the judgment
Oh my! Did I run out of?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
The Bard is the distraction.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
So yeah. Sorry, I just need to play that part again. Where's the full one? I know there's a whole one. I just can't find it. Okay, let me just play that one again.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, we now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. According to...
Oh, no, that was the full one. What did I click on before? Anyways. Enough jibber jabber. Let's get back into the story. The greatest story ever told. Yeah, for some reason my headphones disconnected for some reason because they're Bluetooth. Oh, this character, yes, this is what I'm excited about. Whoa, she's just. Oh my god, the frog head's been cut off. Because that's right, she just did that, and I remember they were talking about this yesterday, where they're like, "Oh yeah, that happened. It was cool. There might be a reason for it later, but we haven't figured that out or something." That's what that was all like yesterday. All right, let's keep going. Duke. Oh damn. That was completely meaningless. What was the point? Whoever you are. Yeah, because this character doesn't have a name yet. Solux, deal with Apocalypse Arisen. Did you set up the teams? Still working on it, but yeah, more or less. We should all be playing soon. And I guess leaving this dimension, that is what happens, right? Yes. So I guess you should be pretty happy with finally getting out of here. I don't know about that. Oh. Will you at least be able to leave the voice behind? The voices behind. The voices. Ooh, what's that about? I don't know about that either. Isn't that kind of depressing, the thought that they might stay with you till you die? Not really. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a lot of things, even our inevitable failure, though it will briefly masquerade as victory. Wow, fuck. That was so much more depressing than the thing I just said. Wait. I'm okay with a lot of things, even our inevitable failure, though it will briefly masquerade as victory. Yeah, I guess that is more depressing. Terezi was right. You are such a drag to talk to these days. She was right about a lot of things. Wow, what a mysterious thing to say. I am so intrigued. Do me a favor and spare me your spooky conundrum tonight. You're kind of pissing me off. But you like to talk to me. This a fact, not a question. They told me. Oh, your sources have spoken. Relay a message for me. Tell them to go haunt my huge creaking bone bulge. Why do you like to talk to me? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we are supposed to save the world together? I also talk to you because, in case you haven't noticed, I despise myself and perpetually seek to duplicate, because it's hard to tell what he means by two. Like, does he mean the number 2, or is he saying 2? 002. Okay. Duplicate through emotional pain, the cacophony of physical pain my hideous mutant brain causes me every day. Oh my god, I just had a breakthrough. Thank you so much for this. It was great. That was a joke. Here, type ha, ha. Now type it again, ha. There you go. You are now officially the life of the party. I just took an embarrassing video of you cutting loose there. Boy, I sure hope this juicy nugget doesn't wind up on the internet. Embarrassed face. Solux, I actually would like it if you were happy. Okay, thank you for saying so. You seem sad and angry all the time. What does anger feel like? I forgot. Have you ever been angry? I don't remember you getting angry about anything. maybe I never was. I feel like I was though, once. Why don't you ask Carcat? He's way angrier than me. For that matter, why don't you get on his case about it instead of mine? It's hard for me to say his whole words because of how, in like one, in a way that's not broken because of how he types. And then I remembered that he also speaks with a lisp, and that's probably the effect it's having, but I can't do the lisp because it's, I feel like that would not make it enjoyable for me to read, so it's just, the way he writes makes it slower for me to read what he's writing. Okay. I think his anger serves a greater purpose. It's part of his destiny and thus ours. It will help him to sabotage his own designs, which are very much in opposition to the broader purpose, and will sow the seeds of our failure. A failure which will ironically prove to be mission critical. If you think we are going to fail, why wouldn't you get mad about that? At the voices sending you down this blind alley the whole time. They never lied though. This is how it has to be. I have to be totally honest. Honest though, at no point did I ever lie, but through omission. A lie. I only lied through omission. This game will not save the world. The fuck? And though it is still very important, even in our defeat, unfortunately it is much closer to serving as the instrument of our people's demise, that of their salvation. And we 12 will behave simultaneously as the pawns and the orchestrators of the great undoing. I don't want to play anymore then. You will though. Fuck that. Just okay. Fuck that. Just watch. This shit is dusted. Check me out. All dusting it like a saucy fucking maid. It cannot be stopped. Meteors are en route. You know this, Solux. Who cares? I'm yanking the grub tube on this over-punctured bitch. I'm telling Red Team Leader to forget the whole thing. I'm quitting as Blue Team Leader. If you want to shamble through this macabre fantasy of yours, a solo, be my guest. You were never going to be the team leader though, which is to say, the first to enter. Are you messing with me? You do realize I'm psychic too. I could pull so much trippy shit out of my spinal crevice, it would make your head spin like dervish in fucking blender. So get off your high hoof beast. I'm coming up, huh? Up where? Hello? Solux, abort. Abort! Okay. Hang on, let me just read this. It would be a lot to balance Homestuck, BG3, and Genshin for HRC. Well, I'm almost done. I'm close to the end of Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3, so, I'm sure Genshin's free. Yeah, we established that Genshin Impact is free and Honkai Rail is free. I don't know, I could do it. I'm not afraid. I could do it. Alright, I could find time for it. I'm good. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. If not now, later. Let's see. Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore. You don't have to bother recruiting. Sorry to waste your time. I'm not the leader anymore. Carcat is. He is? He threw a tantrum about it, so I let him be the red leader. Okay, that was fairly predictable, but that's fine. I'll I'll talk to him about it. What's going on? Nothing. This game sucks and AA is full of crap. Sorry about all this. Let's see. TA began trolling CG. Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore. Hey, guess who the red leader is? I'm the leader. It's me. Your plan to cripple your rival team has failed. I know. She told me I don't care. The game is bad news. It will cause the end of the world. Not stop it. Not stop it. So forget it. Just go back to whatever you were doing, writing your shitty code or whatever. Haha, so pathetic. This is yet another feeble attempt to weaken your opposition. Terezi and I have already established a connection and we are making great progress here. We are a great team and I am a fantastic leader. We will beat this game in no time while your team is clearly still asleep at the thorax. Oh God. No, you idiot. I don't care about the game anymore. I just quit. I'm not playing. You should too. Amazing. You're either being really persistent with this transparent ruse or you really are just that sad and incompetent. Neither case deserves my respect or my friendship. In fact, you know what? Friendship cancelled. It's official. Bye-bye, friendship. Wow. He's so fucking dramatic. Oh, like you haven't said that like a billion times. You aren't in any position to question my competence. You're the worst programmer I've ever seen. You don't know anything about computers. Why do you bother? The only thing you're good at is yelling and making huge mistakes. And being ugly and horrible in every way and having stupid little nubby horns. Damn, that was just inappropriate. That read as inappropriate to me. To be honest, I don't see what's so great about your programming or hacking. What is a hacker even? Just some smug asshole in movies doing fake things and making up words. That's exactly what that is to a non-hacker like myself. That's exactly that. That was accurate. It's not even a real thing to be. It's just some bullshit title you gave yourself so you can feel just a tiny bit less loathsome. Oh no, more childish burns. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm a great hacker. Period. No, it's all clear now. You are a fraud all along. What does all this nonsensical code you wrote even do? It's all nonsense, like a bluff. You just say, oh, Carcat will never understand what I wrote is bullshit because he's too dumb to figure it out. Well, you're busted. These viruses here, I bet, do nothing at all. Wait, Carcat. I bet if I ran them, nothing bad would happen. Might even improve my computer's performance. No, don't. How about this idiotic program with the red and blue code, which is a meaningless thing to do with code anyway? What does that? I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, what does that even mean? It's another one of your scams. Why not sneak some bad clip art into the files too and pretend that's code? Oh God, no, don't run that. I'm serious. What would happen? I'm not sure, but it would be really, really bad if you ran it. Just don't. Aha! Just as I thought. You can't even come up with a good lie when I press you on it. Your bluff has been called. Compiling as we speak. It will auto-run when it finishes, and now I have to attend to something outside because Terezi is doing something just unspeakably stupid right now. Whoops, I forget. Oops, forget I said that. It was privileged information. You are the dumbest grub fucker on the planet, I swear. Later, douchebag. KK, do not run that code. Hello? Oh my God. His computer exploded. I love it. I love that. It's like He's an idiot. His whole fucking place blew up. Okay. You are highly startled by the totally unexpected explosion. Yeah, the totally unexpected. You were fucking warned like 10 times. Like, come on. It's the wave. It's the wave. Okay. So, did his, like, fake parent die or something? Okay. In movies, yep, even experienced coders are like, they're not doing anything. What is that? And here comes the mistake. Yep. Yeah, it's the mistake. Carcat and his friends and everyone they would ever meet thereafter would experience great misfortune on account of the curse unwittingly implemented through Solux's esoteric Mobius double reach-around virus. Every Trolls Lucis would soon die. All but one of their kernel sprites would be prototyped with a dead Lucis, each prior to entering the medium. Upon entry, they would each have a bittersweet reunion with the creature after the kernel hatched, triggering the sprite's metamorphosis. For the first time, the trolls would be able to have verbal conversations with their custodians and would be guided by them along their journeys. Unfortunately, the underlings and warring royalty would gain the benefits of the monstrous prototypings as well. Each sprite, except for one, would only be prototyped once. The players would learn quickly that while one pre-entry prototyping per player was absolutely necessary for ultimate success, additional pre-entry prototypings merely empowered their enemies unnecessarily. Okay. Look, it's a Pokemon. Oh, no, it's his blue eyes white dragon, and he died. No. Okay. The game has no explicit rule that demands something dead for prototyping, but in practice, the kernel sprite has particular attraction to the deceased or the doomed. Across every session ever played, exceptions to this pattern are extremely rare. Solux Lament. Yes, the Lament. His little brain's just going up. Oof. I like the little double horns he's got here. That's cool. Why did you send Carcat that code? It was such a bad idea. You suppose it was a boastful gesture to get a friend to think more highly of you, but why would flaunting your superior skills accomplish this? It was foolish. It was indeed hubris. An act of hubris. You ought to wipe all these clever viruses you wrote off your computer. They can only bring more trouble. Delete. It's like the ape wall. Execute. This die. Import universe. While deleting your virus folders, you pause on one oddball file you have lying around. You did not write this virus. You copied it from an obscure server far beyond your planet's global network. This application is running on that server perpetually. It is an extremely simple UTH program. Its main loop is tied to the lifespan of the universe. When the universe dies, a mysterious subprogram will be executed. You have no way of knowing what that subprogram does, but it runs on a protected part of the server. It is completely unhackable. You delete the file, but it won't do much good. The program is already running elsewhere. Luckily, whatever harm it will do will not be done for many billions of years. And even then, what harm could a virus do after the expiration of the universe? This file always struck you as quite odd. Oh boy. But Solux, even with his vision twofold, does not have the the perceptual luxuries of our vision omnipresent. Okay, I guess we are technically omnipresent since we are reading the book, reading the story. When executed, the subprogram will summon an indestructible demon into the recently voided universe. An indestructible demon. Okay. This monstrous being with the power to travel through time is inconvenienced very little by his arrival upon the great undoing. He has the entire cadaver of the expired universe to pick apart at his whim, from its birth through its swelling maturity and tapering decay. I think swelling maturity is an interesting way of describing puberty, and tapering decay is an interesting way of describing getting old. In a reality, he is known to have marked for predation. He will go about assembling followers through various epochs, even going as far as personally establishing the parameters for his future summoning. Solux couldn't know that the virus is essentially a formality. The demon is already here. Wonder what this is all getting at. Uh-oh. So this is all literal. Okay, grumble. Sounds like your Lucis is agitated about something up there. You already gave him his serving of honey today. If he thinks he can get more, well, that's just greedy. You wonder what could be bothering him? Alright, I'll just be back in a moment. I just got to go to the bathroom. Let me just save in case something goes wrong. Alright, just give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Let's see, hang on. So the one on the screen is what Karkat was looking at without the benefit of this explanation Solux is aware of. He saw that and went, I bet it does nothing. Oh yeah, apparently indestructible time demon. He is already here. Have fun. Okay. Alright, let's see where we go with that. Alright, let's see where this goes. Yeah, okay, good. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I turned my microphone back on. Alright, let's keep going. What's that? Oh, that's his Lucis? Oh, here's the meteors, damn. You keep your enormous Cyclops chained to the roof of your communal hive stem. It is the only place there is room for him. Dealing with him on the roof during feeding time is a daily ordeal. So I just want to say, because I've sort of said that it would be really great in terms of like doing a do-over with an adaptation of Homestuck. I've sort of said that people who worked on Adventure Time should adapt Homestuck. But also, now that we've gotten into the HIVEBENT stuff, I'm thinking maybe, what's his name? Jonan Vasquez, who created Invader Zim, should also be working on this because, I don't know, the aliens are very... The alien side of the story, the troll side of the story very much reminds me, it's got an Invader Zim vibe to it. Alright, let's go. There we go, that looks great. Oh yes, okay, she's doing stuff cool. I'm really glad I made this character the thumbnail of this stream. I think I had no idea that would be relevant, but it is. Be the other girl. Let's be the other girl. Wait, is this the same character or what? She's got a chainsaw. She looks awesome. Very goth. Has little vampire teeth. And her horn has like a... It's going to the side like that. That's interesting. And she's got little Astro Boy hair. So that's cool. You are now the other... You are now one of the 5 other girls. Okay. Alright. Let's see. She's got her dragon, her blue eyes, white's dragon. Or, no, it's just it's a pupa or something. Oh my god, it's the Amazing Digital Circus. Oh, you're right. Oh, okay, so this is... Okay, so is this like her dream self that's going on? Is that what's happening? Kind of like what happens with Jade when she becomes her dream self? Woo, shit. Huh? Stop being the other girl. Okay then. Oh, this guy. I like this guy. He's just on sight. I like how all these characters, they seem to have like they're all like differently abled. Like one character's blind, this character uses a wheelchair. One character explicitly has bipolar. Another character has voices in their head, which I guess might be schizophrenia. So yeah, that's cool. And like it's kind of like, this is probably the most normal portrayal of characters with these types of characteristics that I've ever seen. So yeah, you are now no longer the other girl, or any of the 5 for that matter. What's the name of this dude sitting in this 4-wheel device? I think I thought I had seen this character before, so I guess we just never learnt his name until now. Okay, enter name. Well, we probably know his username, we just don't know his name is actually Tavros Nichiram. That's a cool name. I like that. You are known to be heavily arrested by fairy tales and fantasy stories. Okay, that's good. You have an acute ability to commune with the many creatures of Alternia, a skill you have utilized to capture and train a great many. They are all your friends, as well as your warriors, which you pit in battle through a variety of related card and role-playing games. You used to engage in various forms of more extreme role-playing with some of your other friends before you had an accident. What does he mean by extreme role-playing? You like to engage in the noble practice of Alternian slam poetry. So, what I've heard of the term slam poetry. My understanding is that it's like, I guess it's like a open mic comedy, except it's open mic, bring your poetry and read it out loud, probably. Let me just look up the definition just to make sure I know what that is. Slam poetry, what is it? Okay, apparently we have slam poetry in Sydney, but I haven't been to it, so at least I know it exists. What is it? A competitive poetry performance in which selected audience members score performers and winners are determined by total points. Okay. Okay. Slam is a composite genre that combines elements of poetry, theater, performance, and storytelling. Okay. Okay, so I guess you bring your poetry along, you read it out loud, but you also have to perform it and hopefully win the competition. Okay. Ah, no, my screen froze. No. Now I can't read anything. Alright, let me just try this one. Okay. No, I bet no. I guess it's just a thing that anyone can do it. Well, I guess anyone can do anything, but anyways. So let's see. You like to engage in noble practice of Alternian slam poetry, possibly the oldest, most revered, and certainly freshest art form in your planet's rich history. You have a profound fascination with the concept of flight and all lore surrounding the topic. Huh. A profound fascination with the concept of flight. I guess he means all lore. Okay, anyways. You believe in fairies even though they aren't real. Your troll tag is Adios Tori Adol. And you speak in a sort of faltering manner. What will you do? Okay. Tavros, cut to the chase, and play card games immediately. All right. I think this guy would probably. He's got a. Is that like a yo-yo he's got, or is that I don't know. Poof. You kickstart a rousing match of Fidu Spawn. With the only friend you've got to play with in person, your loyal Lucis Tinkerbell. You take a look at the favourable hand you dealt yourself and crack a mischievous smile. With a host plush at the ready, you quickly lob an Ugona bomb and catch your adversary off guard. Wow. Alright. Oh no. It's like that's the worst Pokemon I've ever seen. It's like he threw his Pokeball down and then acid came out and then a spider came out and it's got like a mouth for an eye. It's like, ugh. No, and then it's going after the teddy bear. No. Oh god, it's doing an alien facehugger thing. It's just getting worse. And it's also got some scorpion-like features. Oof. Acid damage. Oh no, not the chest burst. Oh god, oh no, the chest burst is worse. And it's neighing like a hoof beast. These Horseroni, I choose you. I knew it was doing the Pokemon. I knew it was doing a Pokemon reference. This is the worst Pokemon thing ever. It's a really good parody of Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie though. Okay, Tavros, command faithful steed. Winnie, okay, so it's eating its mom or something. Ugh. With a brooding whinny, Horseroni shuffles his mighty hooves and makes short work of the Fidusucker, boosting his vitals. Okay. Horseroni is now primed and raring for battle. Look out, Tinkerbell. Tavros, Horseroni, Spawn Tech, Slumber Buddies. Oh. It's not quite a strife, but it's something. Are we gearing up for a HIVEBENT strife? You use your awesome bestial communion abilities and bend the ferocious stallion to your whim. Tinkerbell can't stand the suspense. So they're sleeping. Nap time. Everybody wins. Horseroni gains a bunch of levels. In no time, he will be ready to breed, and you can put him out to stud. Okay. Clap, 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 clap. Good game, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Time to do some other stuff, you guess. Roll up your ramp. It's like, okay. And that's his bed. Okay. This is how you get to your Recuperacoon, there. When it's time to rest. It's kind of a production, getting in and out. Hop in. So he's in there. Just threw himself in there. You can't fit all the way in because of your huge horns. It makes it hard to get any solid shut-eye. Oh great, now you're covered in slime. Well, yeah. Why did you do this? You're going to have to change your clothes. There goes another solid hour down the tubes. Aw, damn, and there goes your four-wheel device down the ramp. That happens a lot. Take Lance. Okay, he's got a lance. After a major cleanup rigmarole and a lot of crawling around your respite block, you equip your jousting lance. So here we are. Okay, we're doing a thing. You like to practice your jousting outside. One day you hope to prove yourself worthy of recruitment into the halls of the dreaded Imperial Cavalry Reapers, assuming you are not slated for culling first on account of your disability. Oh God. Or really any other arbitrary reason. Admire posters. So pupa pond. That's a good one. Yeah, I bet I won't. Oh. Okay, someone's trying to message him or troll him. You wheel over to your favorite poster featuring Pupa Pan, which is your favorite thing. You have always fantasized. Of course he likes Pupa Pan because he believes in fairies, even though they're not real. You have always fantasized that one day intrepid young Pupa would come and take you away, and together you would fly to a beautiful paradise planet of legend that has all sorts of fanciful stuff like pirates, treasure, a cruel villain with a missing arm and a missing eye, and these weird aliens called Indians. Oh no. You have left your window open since you were very young, just in case Pupa stopped by one night and decided to splash a pinch of special stardust in your face. You have had this interest far prior to your accident. Being paralyzed isn't what made you want to be able to fly. That would be dumb and would make no sense. Yeah, being paralyzed does sort of make you want to be able to walk, though. I will say, so from my personal experience, like as an assistant in nursing, so I've worked with people with disabilities, and basically there's two main types of disabilities, or there's only two that I can think of anyway. Either you're born with a disability, or you get so injured, or you weren't born with a disability, but later in life you were injured, and then you got permanently disabled from that. So from my personal experience, people who were born with a disability, they're like, I don't want to change myself. I would never want to be cured of it. I don't, they're like, yeah, I wouldn't want anything to change. That's their general attitude. Some people I've met they got, they got injured when they were in their childhood, and so they've like, from their perspective, they're like, yeah, I wouldn't want to change anything because, I guess because it happened to them when they were young, and so it's just become a part of their life, and it's just, they don't want anything to change. But I've met people who got a disability, like, in their, through, in their 50s or their 40s, and they do have this attitude of, they want there to be a cure. And I think both perspectives, like, neither one is wrong. I just think that, I don't believe, like, I can see how both sides make sense, and I know it's a bit of a touchy subject for the disability community. I think that, whichever one is, how do I say this? I guess, like, it would be best to be accommodating to both sides. Like, okay, if you want this, you can have this. If you don't want this, no one should pressure you to have it. That's the way I sort of look at it. Let's see. I never understand why the world just has to make his recuperation so narrow, like, who puts them in the highest? Yeah, I didn't quite understand how that happened. Did he lean to the side and then just kind of went in head first, and then, but that wouldn't make any sense because of his horn, so I didn't quite understand how that worked. Okay, way in the future. It's okay, here we are, we're all together in real life. Over the course of your long journey, at one point, you were fitted with a cool pair of robo-legs. Oh! The guy who likes to build robots built them for you. So there's something about this guy's face that cracks me up. I just love it. But then he does like to break them more than he likes to build them. It's usually why he builds them in the first place. Occasionally, though, he will allow philanthropy to override misanthropy. I don't think it's supposed to be spelt like that, but I could be wrong. Misanthropy. I can't pronounce it, sorry. Moving on. I basically know what that word means. Let's see, he's sleeping. Oh my god. You were lucky enough to have a friend who didn't mind getting her hands dirty on account of your best interest. A friend with a chainsaw. Yeah, that's the best. Oh, fuck. The guy who likes to build robots just stood there and watched. It would always make everyone uncomfortable whenever he would just stand there and watch. Oh my god. And way back again. Here they are. I feel like there was a lot of context missing there. So 2 people are trolling him. But before that, you had to scoot around in your wheel device throughout the various worlds of the medium and endure all sorts of follies related to your disability, which, on account of their great plurality and marginal relevance, we will not get to see just as well. Wow, look what happens when you space out and contemplate the future like that. The messages start piling up. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe this guy's face, is that he's just spacing out all the time. It's just like, oh, I'm just thinking about fairies. He is off with the fairies. Okay, deal with AG. Okay, that's actually a really cool picture. I wonder where that picture's from. This must have been sourced from somewhere. It can't be like an original drawing by Andrew Hussey, right? Unless I don't know, maybe it is. I need to find out where this is from. Tavros. hey, red team is going to bite the dust. Not these goddamn letters. And I know you are on the red team. Whoa, really? Yeah, you totally are. My team's got no use for a boy that can't make no use of his legs. Uh-huh. You were... What? You were fired. You were... I don't know how to read that. For a team of... You were... Because, I don't know, the 8's been used for B's most of the time. You were something for a team of losers, full of blind girls and lame boys and cranky imbeciles. Okay, you're probably right about that, but I shouldn't be talking to you. Oh, I promised I wouldn't talk to you anymore. What? Promised who? Rufio? Rufio! Oh my god, who's that? I hate this guy already. He's, okay, someone said I should give my self-esteem a name and be careful about what I say to make sure I don't hurt his feelings. That's awesome. So, Rufio, for anyone who doesn't know, and you should know this, if you're my age, you should know that Rufio is probably the best character Dante Bosco ever played. Yeah, I do think Rufio is better than Zuko. You know, the voice actor who played Zuko, he played Rufio when he was a kid in the movie. What was it called? I think it was just called Hook. Yeah, it was just called Hook, even though it's not specifically about Hook. It's about if Peter Pan grew up. So I think that's awesome that he's like, I'm going to give my self-esteem a name. And his name is Rufio. That's so awesome. I love that. Okay. Haha, so he's imaginary. A fake. My self-esteem is not imaginary. He's the coolest character in all of pop culture. A fake. Like a made-up friend. The way fairies are. No, the fairies are real. Made up, make-believe, fakey fakes. Who told you to do something so fraudulent? GA. But I don't know if she was joking about it. It might be a joke. I don't know, but I did it anyway. Oh man, what a meddler. I hate her meddling. Why is she always meddling? I don't know if it was a joke, but man... I don't think it was a joke. It was more like, okay, complete this analogy. Laughing is to a joke as meddling is to, exactly. I like how he does the thing because he can't help it. Exactly, that's what she just did to you. It is worse than a joke. It is worse than anything you can do. Next time, tell her to can it. That's what I do. But she keeps bugging me. Bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? I guess it's flattering that she wants to talk to me so much, though. I guess I don't mind. It's cool. Anyway, Tavros, I feel like that person was just about to admit that they had feelings for GA. That's it. Anyway, Tavros, you've been amazingly boring as usual, so I'm going to go. Okay. This show needs to get on the freaking road. Believe it or not, the blue team doesn't have a single player in the session yet, while you guys have like 2 or 3 or such. Unbelievable. Inconceivable. I wonder what the holdup is. Oh well, let's face it, you guys need the head start. Okay, anyway, good luck to you. It will be just like old times. Old times. Adios, Torre Sonor. Bye. After he left, he gets the buyout. Oh my god. Let me just read this. Okay. You haven't watched it, damn. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, it is a kid's movie. It might, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to try it out. I mean, I swear by it being good. I think it's up there with The Princess Bride as, you know, it's in that sort of category of movies as, you know, it's sincere. It's a great movie. I really liked it. It's the beginning is genuinely like scary. Like I was actually scared by the movie. Like the beginning of the movie when I was a kid, I was just like, oh man, this is like really scary. And you know, I think I better not repeat what I think somebody says in case I am misremembering what they said, but just ignore if that all right. Don't watch the Fate franchise. Just watch Hook. It's a good movie. Okay, I'm not gonna overthink it. It's a good movie, and I recommend it. Yeah. Yeah, the Andrew Hussey. I think he's got some good movie tastes that he seems to be dropping in his story. So that's cool. All right, yes, this guy, motherfucker, my brother. I'm so sorry. I kind of zoned out there. I'm sorry. So this guy, he kind of goes a lot of the time, and then he kind of doesn't respond. And this guy, I feel like he's like a hippie. Like his hair represents, I am a hippie. And like he's like sitting on the beach with his garbage desk and whatever it is. Wait, no, he's not on the beach. This is his room. Or does he live on the beach? I can't remember. I might be misremembering that. Motherfucker, my brother, I'm so sorry I kind of zoned out there. Hi, that's okay. I wasn't expecting you to not be zoned out for any reason, so I guess I don't understand your apology. I can't tell if this character's supposed to be nervous or something, or... Yeah, I can't quite tell what the character... Yeah, I gotta figure out what the characterization of these people are. Alright, fuck yeah, it's all good anyway. I just zoned out when I was supposed to be all about being to tell you you're all on my team. Yeah, the red team you mean. Shit, motherfucking yeah, my wicked motherfucker. Honk, honk, honk. Okay, that's great. I just heard about this from someone I don't want to talk about. But it still basically qualifies as good news. Honk, honk, honk. Haha, fuck. You stole my fucking noise, bro. What got you even up the gumption to all fucking do the shit like that? I don't know. It's just kind of the obvious thing to do. Stick the circle in front of the dots and the bendy one. Plus, oh yeah, my horns. Maybe we can slam about it. Yeah, I could kick the shit out of some rhymes, bro. All stir up some fucking hell mirth and rip open a fucking bag of harsh whimsy. Yeah, you talk about the clown things, which I don't really understand ever, but that's okay, because it's kind of funny, whereas I'll address some topics pertaining to my interests and I guess personal motives. Yeah, fuck yeah, that be how shit all usually up and fucking locked, bro. But first, here's the thing with the game. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the red team game. Yeah, okay, I remember right. This is how we're juggling this shit. Lots of fucking balls in the air. Haha. Terezi connected to Carcat, so he's fucking chill. No, he's not. He's not chill at all. Then I'm supposed to connect to her soon to get all chill too. But she's in the woods doing something. When she comes back, she starts playing. So in the mean motherfucking time, I'm supposed to get you to connect with me. But I fucking spaced out and forgot. Because I guess I was way too motherfucking chill all the way up in this shit. This guy believes in magic. I just remembered this guy believes in magic and he's part of a cult. I forgot about the fact that he's in some sort of religious group or something. Yeah, I understand. Hey, is that what he said? Yeah, I understand. So I just download this motherfucker I'm sending you so we can kick this bitch down the stairs. Okay, I'll do that, and in the meantime, shall I cue up the strict beats? Oh, brother, now you're all fuck and up and done it. You are fucking wheel deep in a big sloppy massacre pie topped with motherfucking whipped rhyme. How strict are those beats at motherfucker? Well, I turned up those bitches to pretty stern. Set beats to lecture, and I'm kind of going hog wild on the curmudgeon knob, which I had recently installed. I feel like this character, he probably, he kind of reads other people and is like, okay, I'm just gonna try my best to slightly mimic what they're doing so that they don't think that I'm weird. And I think that's why he was having a hard time responding to the other person, because he's like, I don't know how to mimic that person and respond to them in a way that I'm not an expert on this, but I think sometimes autistic people I think autistic people, they sort of say they do something called masking, which is they try to cover up that they have autism, and so I don't know, maybe this character has ADD. That might explain why he because he seems to get carried away with certain things. He's not spacing out like this other guy. This other guy is a total pothead. But I'm talking about this TC character as a pothead. AT, I think I think he gets distracted easily, and he's probably I don't know. I think he might have autism. Maybe I could be wrong. Okay. You need to be... wait, where was I? God dang, curmudgeon, which I had recently installed. God damn, tell me more while I get my reach on for this frosty brew. Okay, imagine an array of beats that set limits. They got a rule book. It doesn't pay to skim it because there's a lot of latitude. They won't stand for an attitude, and crossing them's a habit you'd not really want to get into because they get pretty mad at you. Fuck, so fucking fresh. You need to be slapped fucking silly with a mouth like that, haha. And if you got a problem with it, then I suggest you go and rap it, dude. I don't know, maybe I was wrong about the autism, I can't tell anymore. Okay, I will. Just let me speak up on this bottle of Fago and snap its neck like I'm a fucking Lofsessin. A Lofsessin, okay. Okay. Are those beats still chill? Yeah. Are they motherfucking strict? Yeah. Yeah. I crack, hiss, motherfucking kick it. You both proceed to have one of the worst wrap-ups in the history of Paradox Space. Yeah, that's how that felt. My, oh damn. Oh, this is such a cool image. I love it. I love this image so much. Okay. You make your way through the burning woods to meet the Lucis you never had. It's time for her to hatch. It's now or never. I'm going to save it here because I love this image so much that I need to use it for the next stream. Plus, I have been reading for an hour, so... Oh, wait, no. Where should I start? I should start here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright. So let me just take that picture. Looks like something interesting is about to happen as well, so at least that's the impression I get from this particular image. Alright then. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Oh, hi, Dinner Open. Yeah, sorry, I just saw you there. Sorry, yeah, you are visible. Or at least you're visible on the screen. I don't know about the YouTube chat itself. Because sometimes people, they'll comment, they'll chat in the YouTube chat, and then but we don't see them. But for some reason they come up on the screen. So, but sometimes that doesn't work either. But yeah, that could be one interpretation. Can't comment on their different dynamics and ease of conversation. AT gets distracted. Oh, BRB, I'm here on Twitch. Oh, hi Mixolitty. I know why some messages don't show up on YouTube. Oh, okay. Why would that be? Oh yeah, good thing I didn't get up yet. You have to click top chat and switch it to live chat. Oh. Okay. How does this work? Do I switch it to, let's see, you have to click top chat and switch to live chat. Okay. Okay. There you go. Chat automatic, back off, hello, yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad to see everyone here again today. Well, it has to be set to live chat, and mine does top chat by default, which just shows mine, and also one person who briefly showed up. Okay, this makes a lot of sense all of a sudden. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that, Mixolitty. I appreciate that insider knowledge. Yeah, I had fun. I'm having a lot of fun reading the HIVEBENT storyline, but I should probably end it here just because, you know, I got other things to do at the moment. I do want to catch up with a friend as well, so yeah. Otherwise, I shall continue Homestuck Act 5 next week. Oh yeah, by the way, I was kind of curious to know how many acts Homestuck was altogether, so I looked this up. It's 7 acts altogether, so I'm like, oh, okay, so from my mind, I was thinking, well, I guess if we're in Act 5, then we're not too far away from the ending. But then I found out that actually Act 6 is the longest and has sub-acts, which I've never heard of that being a thing before. I've never heard of a story having sub-acts, so that's hilarious. So, and apparently it's like the most complicated thing, and I'm like, how could it be more complicated than what I've already been reading? So, yeah. Let's see. They also made comment sections the same way too recently. It defaults to hiding someone's comments with top comments. Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's just an act. It's not just an act. It's a way of life. Oh man. All right. you're going back to uni because BS in neuro isn't helping me. Next week, I wish me luck, lol. Yeah. I'm clapping. It's good to go to uni, so I'm happy for you. Did you say you work in neuroscience? Is that what you mean by neuro? BS in neuro isn't helping me. BS in neuro. What does that mean? But yeah, I'm congratulations, Jasmine. Yeah, best of luck with that. I hope. It's always good to pursue higher education for sure, and I'm glad about that. Anyways, I'm gonna go catch up with my friend, and I hope to see you all next week. And if not, that's all good. And yeah, just take care of yourselves. And I'll be here every week. I'll be here every day, probably. All right, bye for now.